Welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. This time we're playing the Going East DLC, finally. What happened, you might ask? Well, Grand Theft Auto 5 happened and we've been playing that pretty much every single day, but now we've got a little bit more time on our hands, and here we go with some Euro Truck Simulator in the deep depths of Poland, Hungary, and I think Austria even. But so let's have a closer look at what we are carrying. It's some farming equipment. Actually, it's the exact same, or almost the exact same farming equipment as that. Just a different paint job, of course. This is a quick job, and I'll show you the map. All right, so the map, as you can see, it's a lot larger now. Definitely adds a lot to it. So we've come out from Wrocław, or at least a place in Wrocław, and we're driving all the way to Lublin, or Lublin, or however the hell you pronounce that. We've got Gdańsk, Białystok, Warszawa, Łódź, Krakow, Katowice, and then we've got other countries, Debrecen. So imagine going from Aberdeen to Debrecen. I'm assuming there would be a mission or two from there to there, but that'd be crazy. That'll last us a good 2 or 3 hours of just driving. In the meantime, we have a new truck, because after all, this is a quick job, because after you patch the game, of course, it pushes you back into your home garage, which for me is in London, which is quite far away from Poland. In the meantime, I should turn my lights on, like so. Are these lights on? Okay, so I'm hoping that we're not going to get fines right now, because the lights are on. Those are floodlights. Okay, I'm hoping that counts. Should have indicated. And we are driving on the wrong side of the road, because this is not Australia, though, is it? It's Poland, of course. So let's also turn up some radio. I've added some new music on, so it should be good, and it shouldn't be too loud. Hopefully the music will be a nice change, although it's still by approaching Nirvana. It's just their latest album. So it's probably going to sound roughly the same, similar at least. But finally we get to play the Going East DLC. I'm very excited to see and explore the countryside, even though it's raining at the moment, so we don't really get to have that much of a good look. Okay, seems like we are clear to go. Beautiful. And off we go. In the meantime, you guys, if you've been following, I guess, Silkroad, you might have heard of it. It's a, well, it was. See, there we go. We get a headlight usage offense. What the hell is the button for the floodlights then? This has got a weird horn. It's not G. What the hell is G? G is at garage. Oh, I've got a garage in Berlin as well. I forgot. How much money do I have? We go back to driving. It will show us 53,000 euros. So we still need a little bit more before we're going to be able to upgrade our garage, which is a goal of ours, no doubt. So go around pretty slowly, because this is a bit of a country road, and we're turning right over here anyway. Seems like I've driven over around here in the vicinity. Yeah, we did that rather unscathed. But if you've been paying attention to a website called Silkroad, you might have heard of it. I think I even talked about it in that one episode where I was talking about performance enhancing drugs. It got taken down by the American authorities, I guess the FBI. And what it was like a online drug marketplace similar to, I guess, Amazon. It wasn't like eBay. Think of eBay, but only with a buy it now feature. You could buy pretty much any drug you'd ever wanted, like any recreational drugs or performance enhancing drugs. And it just made the war on drugs look like more of a joke than it already is, because it's a lot like drugs are harder to find after the war on drugs or anything. They're easier. And the price that, actually I was reading an article that the prices of a lot of these drugs are now cheaper after the war on drugs than before. It just goes to show they have proliferated around the world, everywhere. Hopefully this is not going to be like bloody Italy with all these toll booths everywhere. It shouldn't be. Closer look. So I'm pretty sure I have not ever driven on this road, which is exciting. But it wasn't really a typical website like on the ClearNet is what you'd call it, like where Google and other web browsers can search through and you can just access it just through a normal internet browser. It runs off a network called Tor, which was, well, it's called the Onion router. And the way it works is it anonymizes you through different servers around the world. And it's pretty much untraceable. If there's one thing that the Snowden leaks, been paying attention to them, you'd know that one of the things that the NSA and other security agencies around the world can't really crack is Tor encryption. Just because of the way it works, because they can't have access to every server around the world that uses Tor. And users log on to Tor through a separate browser. I'll probably include a link down below as well if you're interested in Tor or whatever. It's not really anything special, but it allows you to access different websites that you can't access through whatever, Google Chrome, or if you're using the dreadful Internet Explorer still, if you're stuck in the 1990s, or whatever, Firefox. You can't access websites like Silkroad on the deep web is what it's called. And yeah, it was pretty much a Amazon for any drug you'd wanted, and the guy that founded it made some absolutely newbie mistakes. But the website was running since, I think, January of 2011, so about 2.5 years. So it's been running around for quite a little while, and he paid for the drugs using Bitcoins, which is another thing I've made a video about. Bitcoins when they were, I think, would have been $240, I think. They were at a stage about 6 months ago. Now they're back down to $140 US for a Bitcoin, or Australian dollars for a Bitcoin. And it's a electronic, I guess, cryptocurrency, what you'd call it. It's pretty amazing the way that Bitcoins work. It's pretty hard to explain it, but if you type in Bitcoins on YouTube, there'll definitely be some good videos explaining what Bitcoins are and how to use them if you're interested in that stuff. But yeah, you paid through these Bitcoins for whatever drug you'd wanted from certain sellers or vendors, whatever you'd want, marijuana or steroids or whatever you'd want. You pay through the Bitcoins, which is also completely anonymous if you know how to use it properly, and it's not really that hard to know how to use it properly. So you'd be able to just buy drugs and get them delivered straight to your letterbox or wherever the hell you'd want, which was pretty sweet. Because if you think about it, it's much safer to buy drugs from on the internet, where it's like an eBay where there's a rating system, so if there's any scammers or anything, they're going to get caught out in the first couple of transactions, instead of going to some seedy guy on the street corner who you don't know about their purity of whatever drug they're using or they're giving you. You don't know if it's really what they say it is, and you're just going on hearsay or street cred, where it's not really the best way to use drugs. Because if you're going to use drugs, or at least most recreational drugs, which I personally have never used recreational drugs. I think I've already said that I am a steroid user, but that is another topic for another day. I think I've already even talked about that on a Euro Truck Simulator video. Let's go pay this toll again. How many tolls are there? Let's have a look. There's one thing I hate about the game, it's bloody tolls. Alright, okay. Already covered a good distance, good amount. Alright. Just a shame that it's all raining. But I guess it's typical Polish weather, really. Dark and gloomy. More like British weather, but nothing like having a quick jibe at British people. Or the British weather. Game runs still does run incredibly smoothly. But not as smooth as well, it's okay. Talking about games that don't run smooth, Total War 2, that game is an abomination. absolutely ridiculous. It looks amazing, but my computer just cannot run it, no matter how hard I try. Whoa. No matter how hard I try to run Total War 2, I just can't. At least not while I'm recording. The latest patch, which was patch 4, which came out the other day, even today I think, that's definitely improved. So if you've got Total War and you've given up on it because of just graphical issues, it's made a massive difference for me, especially on the campaign map. But supposedly there were a lot of problems with the AI. I was watching the Angry Game Review or whatever his name is. It makes really long videos, good 40-minute videos on Euro Truck Simulator, not Euro Truck Simulator, but game reviews. He covered Total War 2 and all its problems pretty much in depth. It's pretty sad that it didn't really come out that good, but hopefully I'll be building a new computer hopefully by the end of this year, and hopefully I'll be able to at least play it and hopefully record a Let's Play or so. Oh, goddamn Poland and your revenue raising ways. I had to bloody find it, so I'm gonna have to turn right very shortly, if not now, because we're not going to be overtaking anyone else. Let's have a look outside. So the game is still incredibly similar no matter where you drive. Really, that's what was so amazing about that other mod. The I don't know what it was called. I think it was like the truck sim mod, if I remember correctly, but that was amazing because it was Africa and it all looked different and everything. Oh, that would have been close. That was a good turn though. Can't complain. That's pretty fine. We are probably going to be running out of fuel. Although usually on these jobs they give us perfect amount of fuel. I think if we press escape, yeah, fuel remaining for 1,000 kilometers. Jeez. No, that's not right. Are we using a pink cab? It's blue. And that's not the one that I customized myself. This is a DAF. I can't really tell. I don't really know. We can't move this around? Oh, we could move around the truck. Oh well. It says 11% damaged. I don't think I've damaged it 11%. No. Obviously those figures aren't right. They're for my normal truck. The one that I own. So, we're gonna have to find a petrol stop very shortly, hopefully. Okay, there's one up just past Katowice. That's where we're going then. Yeah, back onto Silkroad. The guy got caught. He was running the website for about 2.5 years. His name was Arsenalrobert, and he was like 38 or so. Not 38, 28. So he's pretty young, and he made... The way the website worked was that you bought the drugs, and they'd go into an escrow system. So escrow means like there's a third party in the transaction. There's the buyer, the vendor, or the seller, and then there's the third party which solves disputes, and it works like that. So you buy the drugs, you order them, and then you pay the money to the third party into the escrow system, and then once you receive the drugs, you finalize it, and then it goes from the escrow system to the vendor. It was a pretty good system, and it wasn't really, I guess, falsifiable. People couldn't really forge anything or lie. I guess you could lie, but then your account would be pretty much ruined because you'd have like a bad transaction and it'd count against you. But then again, you could always create a new account on Silkroad. It was very easy. There were like, I think 1 million accounts registered, and I think 300,000 different accounts actually bought off Silkroad. That's a lot of people using a website around the world, because I could buy things from, say, the United Kingdom and have them shipped to Australia. And of course, because most of the things that you could buy and buy on Silkroad were illegal. They'd come in like stealth, so I bought some. When you go on steroids, you have to go on a post-cycle therapy because obviously your testicles aren't producing any more testosterone. Well, your testicles don't actually produce testosterone, but your body doesn't produce any testosterone because you're getting it in artificially. So then you need to kickstart it. So you need to take like some pills, which are like anti-cancer pills. That's a whole nother story. And they're like anti-cancer pills for women, which they block your estrogen receptors, so you don't really have feminizing features. Because when testosterone's so low in your body, then obviously estrogen can get quite high, and you don't want to grow bitch tits or anything like that, or lose your gains that you've made over the cycle. So like, I got pills in a dodgy CD case once. I remember that. That was good times. I got this package it was from Poland. And my parents were like, what the hell are you importing from Poland for, Robert? And it was like a hardware, I don't know. I know it was a music store that the guy wrote it was from. The return address, which was quite amusing. Anyways, we're covering the distance pretty quickly. We've got 220 kilometers left, which is about another 15 minutes, which is a perfect episode length as we just drive through. Drivers should be hopefully finishing and delivering all their jobs as well. So we should be making a good amount of money shortly. Then I'll want to upgrade my Berlin garage. The rain is really, really annoying me. Let's see if we can change that. Gameplay, where's rain probability? We don't want any rain probability. Displayed currency. Okay, but euros, automatic retarder, no. Automatic exhaust brake, automatic engine and electricity starts. Air brake simulation. I don't think there's anything really too new over here. I'm happy with that. Let's continue. Still driving at the stock standard speed of 90 kilometers or so. Because after all, it is limited at that speed. Alright, and Poland uses kilometers. At least they're normal. And now we can go 110. It doesn't sound like the cars want to go that quickly though. And we are driving on the fast lane as well, which is good because we are overtaking all these vehicles. But yeah, they took down Silkroad, which, to be honest, is quite dumb because there's much, much worse things that use the Tor network, like child porn, etc. It's also, the Tor network's used by people in, there we go, the rain's finally stopped, by people in like China and Russia and Syria and all those, I guess, repressive countries. Like online activists use it so they won't get found out who they are, etc., and it protects them. There's also some really shitty things on the Tor network as well, like child porn as well. And really, the authorities really should be going after things like that instead of online drug marketplaces where it's much safer for me and like other people to buy drugs off a website where it's all fairly safe, I guess. All drugs have their consequences, etc. From your caffeines to alcohol and your steroids and ecstasy or whatever you want to do. Why are we reversing? We don't want to reverse. Come on, it's clear, guys. They should be going. We honk a bit. Hopefully that'll hurry him up. We are chucking a left now. Where the hell are we? I'm just gonna be a rebel and not even look if there's anyone coming the other way. There is. Hopefully he's not too close. No, it's okay. Off we go. can turn off our windscreen wipers at that as well. This is well and truly stopped raining now. We've got 3 hours until the estimated delivery time. Saturday, 11:43. Oh, better stay on the road. All right. We're gonna get there, but in the middle of the expected time. It's not gonna be a perfect ride. All right, and I completely forgot. Oh, good. Better be driving straight. I completely forgot about fuel. I think if I press, no, it's not E. E stops the engine, which we don't want. What was it? Is it 3? No. T. Oh no, R's radio. How do you bring up? There we go. It's I. 200 kilometers left. All right. Actually, yeah. Usually they give us just enough fuel to complete the job. It must have been 280 kilometers because it's 278 now. Yeah, 276. They've definitely given us enough fuel to complete the job, which is great. Let's go back on the road. And the purity of the drugs, like the more recreational drugs, was much purer than I guess you'd get on the street, because on the street you never know. I guess when you're a drug dealer, they don't really know when they're gonna get business or whatever. They probably don't have continual business, whereas if you have it online, people can always come to you and they know. It's obviously a lot more purer because it's pretty much a direct competition online, and that just forces people to get better quality products when it comes to the drugs, which is a good thing because you don't want a variation between the active ingredients like ecstasy. You don't want there to be a wide range. It might say 10 milligrams. I don't really know the dosages, however much you'd want to take if you want to take ecstasy or whatever. Say you're taking 10 milligrams, you don't want the dosages to range from, if it says 10 milligrams, from like 5 milligrams to 50 milligrams, because that's quite large and you don't know what you're doing, or you could be screwed. And it really is quite sad. And then, of course, mainstream media's coverage of Silkroad has been pretty shocking itself, especially like in Australia. In Australia, the mainstream media seems really anti-drug, especially the ABC, which is the national broadcaster, which is taxpayer funded. It's a bit like the BBC, in Britain, except in Australia we don't pay a TV license. It just goes literally from taxpayers' money. Like the government sets aside a certain amount of money. I think it's a couple of $2 billion into the ABC, and they're incredibly anti-drug. And the way they covered Silkroad when it over the last week when it got shut down was pretty shocking, because Ross Ulbricht, mainstream media, the ABC, reported that you could get like hitmen and guns and weapons off of Silkroad, which is completely untrue. You'd expect them to do at least a little bit of research before they'd make a story about something like that, but I guess it just goes to show that pretty much mainstream media doesn't really care about the facts or anything, but they just want to get the story out there as quick as they possibly can, and they don't care if they get it right or wrong. They just want to get it out there, which is no good, because obviously it's all lies, or they have no idea what they're talking about, which was the case here. Because you could not buy any guns or whatever on Silkroad, nor could you hire hitmen. There are websites where, of course, you can do that, and I really doubt any of the hitmen are actually real or whatever on the deep web, but the deep web really is a pretty scary and weird place. And then again, you have to know how to access all these websites, so it's not as if any little kid can just log online and jump onto a computer and then hire a hitman or anything like that. Which would be pretty amusing, but it just doesn't happen like that. Overtake this poor sucker. Alright, and the next stop, yep, it is Lublin. Or Lublin? I don't really know how to say it. Usually like L in Polish is like woo. It's like a W sound. I think, at least. And we are running out of fuel. We've got exactly 100 kilometers left, but no, 180, sorry. I'm playing on 720p resolution, but on a 32-inch screen, so it does look a little bit pixelated. The screen is a little too big. But of course, as I keep on saying, I really do want to get a new computer. I just keep on waiting for the next like generation of graphics cards or the next CPU or whatever, so then I'll be able to get the best computer that I can, but just keep on procrastinating. I'm not really liking Intel's latest. Here we go, we paid off our loan. 8,000 euro, geez, that's a fair amount. Well, we'll be paying it off pretty well now. Yeah, the way, another way, like Ross Ulbricht, the guy that created Silkroad, he got up to some pretty bad stuff himself, because there was a guy at the inception of the website. I didn't really talk about how they caught him, but at the inception of the website, supposedly like he didn't script the website all too well, and there was a vendor that managed to supposedly or allegedly finds a lot of the other vendors' details, like hundreds of vendors' details around the world, and he was threatening to release them, and he blackmailed Ross Ulbricht, the owner of Silkroad, who went by the pseudonym Dread Pirate Roberts. And what am I saying? Dread Pirate Roberts. Oh yes. Then Dread Pirate Roberts, because he was scared and he just didn't want the names to be released, and he didn't know if the vendor that was blackmailing him had the actual names of the vendors or not. But he said he'll talk to the guy's source, like the other vendors. It gets really technical. But the other vendor's source, and then he tells him, I'll give you like $80,000 if you kill him. And supposedly he killed him. They made it like an elaborate, he said for verification, like take a photo with a certain code, so that obviously you'd know that it was legit. And supposedly the picture was taken like they really killed him, but you never know with these things. There's lots of conspiracy theories, but I don't think I really did too well of a job explaining that bit. If you're interested in that, I'll provide links down below to some places that have a bit more information on this and coherence compared to my ramblings as we drive through countryside Poland. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you do want to hear more stories or whatever, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, then be sure to tell me as we drive into Lublin. Got that lady walking like she had a good night with her boyfriend last night. That guy as well. I'm hoping that's a guy. I don't really know. Whoa, 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 whoa. Way too quickly. Do we have like some work lights on or something? Yeah, we do. Oversight. Oh, there we go. I know exactly which button we need to press to stop that. We press O. That's pretty cool. Alright. Off we go yet again. Is that like a church in Lublin? It seems like it. Have a look at this city. Go to Krakow, of course, which we'll probably do a little bit later on though. I'll go ahead and drive in my own spare time, and I'll drive my actual truck from London into the heartland of Europe, so we'll be able to take up some missions there. and have a close look at the Going East DLC. Should have looked, but that's alright, we've made it out unscathed. We haven't hit anyone either, which is quite an achievement for me. Actually, we have not crashed at all. Oh, we have. Have we? When did that happen? When did we lose that 1%? Oh well. Sometimes that stuff happens. Oh, what? How short is that red light? It was the first car that went through, wasn't he? Damn. That sucks. Alright, so we're stopping right here somewhere. The next right. Seems like that's a road though. Where's the road going to? Okay, that's where we're stopping. Okay. So we go right and then right again. I see. In the meantime, this guy's turning left. There's some cyclists all the way over there. I'm pretty sure they're cyclists. Yep. Alright, off we go. Come on. Do we have a red light now? No, we don't. How come that guy was going though? Oh well, sort of a red light, but hopefully we get the benefit of the doubt, and we do. So that's all goods. Let's try to park it nicely. Okay. Now I absolutely suck at reversing with trailers, so. And I am cheating as well with this camera, but I've got to do what I got to do. Yep, I feel it. We're doing well. Alright, let's straighten it out. That's pretty good. Beautiful. Oh, we can't reverse anymore. Jeez, that's not good. The trailer's a bit too large for the actual parking spot. Hopefully we haven't damaged our trailer. No, we haven't. That's all good. So that was excellent. Very nice. How much we level up? Just a little bit. Nothing too major. 757, so XP. Now I have to do a couple more drives until we level up once again. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that episode. Let's go back to just drive. I want to see what my truck looks like. Because I'm sure, what happened to my blue and pink one? That was a nifty paint job. No, we still don't have it. Oh, paint job seems to have disappeared. Which is unfortunate. But until next time, guys, hopefully you are enjoying this Let's Play. If you are, make sure you give it a good like. And be sure to tell me if you do want to see any more of these story type videos. Until next time, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.